The organizing committee of this conference, that is on social and scientific awakening in the era of quantum world. And I congratulate the organizers for organizing such a wonderful and important themes and topics under this international conference. My topic is different. It is different from the basic sciences, and it is directly associated with the society and with us. As we know that nowadays we are using different types of synthetic chemicals and different types of pesticides for the management of different insect pests and pathogens. Means we are using these chemicals to avoid the crop losses, or we are using this to manage the different vectors, including the human disease vector or any other pest which cause significant damages to the human beings. As we know, they are very, very harmful to the ecosystem or to the biodiversity, and moreover, they have the deleterious effects on the other organism, even including the human beings. So we will start with the pesticide. What is the pesticide? I will not discuss the basic science about what is the pesticide, what is the structure, but I will deliver some points or some important points which will help the young budding researchers to think about the society and in which direction we can plan our research and our projects. So it is very important especially for the life science students, which belong to the zoology or botany. Even it is also important for the chemistry students, chemistry researchers, because they have to design the novel molecules for the management of different insects or pests. So basically in NEP 2020 we are focusing on the multidisciplinary research. Means one of the important aspect is multidisciplinary aspects, means how we can develop the students in different fields or according to the interest of the students. So it is important nowadays. It is important that the students should have holistic development, means कि उसका complete सर्वांगीण विकास हो and वो अपने different aspects में जो है he or she can excel. So the pesticide is we know that it is a substance. It is a synthetic or inorganic compounds that are meant for the management of pests, including the weeds. Means when we have some unwanted plants in the field, we have to manage those plants, and they are known as weeds. And they are the chemical used for the management of the weeds is basically weedicide or herbicide. And what do pesticide do? क्या काम करते हैं? Why they are important? Why they are important for the farmers or to the society? Pesticide, they control the pest. Means they are meant for the management of the pest. Means the target population is the insect or pest. Pest means any type of organism, any type of living organism which cause losses to the or damage to the crops, to the agriculture crops, by which we have some significant losses, and those losses they are sometimes 100%. And we have different category of pesticide. Pesticide is basically a broad term, and there are different category of pesticides. For example, insecticide. Insect means organism having the 6 legs. Side means to kill or lethal. Means the insecticide means the chemical which is lethal to the insects, like then herbicide means which kill the herbs or the weeds. Then there are different types. Sometimes they are means pre-emergence, sometimes they are selective herbicides, sometimes they are broad category herbicides. Means there are different types of herbicides, and the dwarf world where there is a labor is very costly. जहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा cost labor की involved है, where we use the herbicides to increase the cost benefit ratio while we cultivate the crops. Then insect growth regulators. Some chemicals which interfere with the life cycle of the insect, with the organisms. Then fungicide means which kill the fungus pathogens. There are different types of pathogens. Then nematicides means which kill the nematodes. Escalminthus. हमने पढ़ा है कि we have the infection of the Escalminthus in the human beings, but they are also very, very important in the crops. They cause very, very heavy losses to the different crops. Then molluscicides means to kill the mollusk. Means during the rainy season we have the infestation of the mollusks. Then rodenticides. Rodenticide means to kill the rodents, especially the rat, mice. Then bactericide. Bactericide means to kill the bacteria. Means there are different types of category. If we go to the shop of the agriculture, fertilizer or pesticide, there are different types of category of the chemicals. Now there are some examples of the herbicides. Most of the farmers, they use the selective herbicides. Means selective herbicide means which kill if we have the broadleaf plants, then it kill the narrow-leaf plants. Means these are known as the selective herbicide. And the insecticide, they have different categories, they have different types of groups. Then rodenticide, they are also they have there are different types of rodenticides. Then nematicides, molluscicides. Now the insecticides, they are based on their chemical composition. They are divided mainly into 4 types. Earlier, if we look back, we have the organic chlorines, means like DDT, aldrin, linden. Means now most of the chemicals of this category, they have banned or they are restricted to the use. Means they are banned by the different environmental agencies, or they are banned by the Insecticide Bureau under the Insecticide Act. Then OP compounds, organophosphates like malathion, digenone, some endosulfan, they are banned now. Then carbamates, pyrethroids, these are some chemicals. Now we have some safer chemicals. We have different neonicotinoids, or we have some plant origin chemicals. I will discuss them later on. Then the consumption of the pesticide consumption in the world. If you look at the graph, it is increasing day by day because we have population pressure. Land, so cultivation land है वो day by day squeeze हो रही है, वो कम हो रही है. Then we have to manage the pest to get the maximum production, like green revolution. We are talking about the doubling the farming income. We are talking about the Viksit Bharat at the rate 2047. Means we have to achieve the targets, then we have to use the pesticide for the management of different pests in the agriculture crops. Now, various types of pesticide consumption in the world and in India. If we look at the graph, according to the data by the FAO, the insecticides, they are used more in the 15% of the chemicals used, they are from the insecticide category. Means we are using the insecticides at large scale as compared to the वर्ल्ड कंजप्शन, अगर हम वर्ल्ड कंजप्शन देखते हैं तो only 20% insecticides they are used in the different crops in the different countries. Like that, fungicide and bactericide for the management of the different pathogens. We are using the these chemicals on the higher side as compared to the world utilization. Then herbicides. Herbicide को आप देखेंगे we are using less herbicide as compared to the world consumption because the labor is cheap or it is we can say it is affordable in India, but it is not affordable in the developed world. So they are using the herbicides. They have large area, they have large orchards, they have large fields, they have mechanized farming. Basically, we have manual farming because our land holding is fragmented, small. So we are using the less herbicides in the field. So like that, the plant growth regulators, PGRs, to have a good color in the, for example, अगर आप सेब खा रहे हैं तो उसमें अगर अच्छा आपको कलर दिख रहा है, that is sometimes due to the growth regulators. We are using the growth regulator to enhance the production, to enhance the yield of the different crops. Then we are using the mineral oils for manage the different types of sucking insects. Then we are using the fungicide, insecticides for the seed treatment. See, we have bold seeds. आपने देखा होगा कई बार आप शॉप से अगर दुकान से अगर आप सीड लेके आते हैं, जो बोल्ड सीड है लाइक ओकड़ा, भिंडी, उसके सीड जो कलर्ड होते हैं, या समटाइम्स कोरिएंडर के सीड आप देखते हैं. दैट इज इट मीन्स दे आर ट्रीटेड विद द डिफरेंट फंजीसाइड्स और insecticides. Then we are using very less rodenticides. Then disinfectants that is negligible. Then if we look on the data of state-wise consumption of the pesticides, fortunately, or it is a good sign that Himachal Pradesh has less, or if the use of the different pesticides is reduced or it is declined. It is in approximately -11. अगर हम उसकी परसेंटेज देखते हैं, अगर 2007 से 23 तक की हम परसेंटेज ग्रोथ रेट को देख रहे हैं, then we are using means we are decreasing because we are moving toward the natural farming. But some of the states they are increasing their consumption to manage the different pests. तो उत्तर प्रदेश इज द लार्जेस्ट कंज्यूमर, या हम बोल सकते हैं कि उसके पास लैंड भी ज्यादा है, बट स्टिल आफ्टर दैट महाराष्ट्र, देन आंध्रा, देन पंजाब मीन्स दे आर यूजिंग द different types of pesticides. If we look on the biopesticides, biopesticide means they are safer to the different organisms, different types of beneficial organisms like neem oil, brake oil, different types of or sometimes we use the microbial bioagents as a pesticides like bacteria, BT का नाम आपने सुना होगा, Bacillus thuringiensis. Then some predators, some parasitoids, they are used for the management of different pests. So if we look on the data, we are using very less amount of biopesticides in India as compared to the synthetic chemicals. Even in the cereal crops, vegetable crops, pulses, oilseed, fruits, जितने भी इस तरह की क्रॉप्स हैं, वी आर यूजिंग लेस बायोसाइड्स और द लेस सेफर केमिकल्स एज कंपेयर टू द सिंथेटिक केमिकल्स. देन शेयर ऑफ डिफरेंट पेस्टिसाइड प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस्ड इन इंडिया, हम डाटा को हम देखते हैं राइट फ्रॉम 2018 to 23. वी इंसेक्टिसाइड्स their share is more as compared to the other categories like fungicide, weedicides and rodenticides. Then trend in the production, import, export and consumption of the pesticide in India. Means the import is fluctuating after corona, it is COVID-19, it is declined, but the export is increasing because we are exporting the different types of pesticides to the other countries. Then the top 10 pesticide formulations and their market share. Means we are using some of the chemicals at very large scale. For example, chlorpyrifos. Chlorpyrifos is used for the management of the termites. It is basically broad spectrum pesticide, insecticide, and it is used for the management of the different pests and especially for the termites. Therefore, its share is 14%. Means अगर हम 100 टाइप्स के इंसेक्टिसाइड यूज कर रहे हैं उसमें से 14% जो इंसेक्टिसाइड है that is belong to the chlorpyrifos. Then after that malathion, because the malathion is safer to the pollinators. So we are using the malathion for the management of different types of insects. Then quinolphos, cypermethrin, basically they are the broad spectrum. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि हम हर केमिकल को हर क्रॉप में यूज कर सके, हर स्टेज में यूज कर सके. इट इज डिसाइडेड और इट इज द गाइडलाइंस दे आर गिवन बाय द इंसेक्टिसाइडल जो ब्यूरो है उसके द्वारा वो टाइम टू टाइम जो है उसके शेड्यूल जो है वो जारी करते हैं. भी जैसे हम बच्चों को इंजेक्शन देते हैं, उनका वैक्सीनेशन का शेड्यूल बनाते हैं, सिमिलरली वी हैव द spray schedule for the different crops like grapes. Can you imagine कितनी स्प्रे करते होंगे ग्रेप्स पे? Approximately total 43 types of spray right from the means initial stage to up to the harvesting. We have to spray 43 type of chemicals. Likewise जो एप्पल बेल्ट से हमको पता है कि कौन सा केमिकल कब स्प्रे करना है. मींस वी हैव स्प्रे फॉर ईच क्रॉप. सभी क्रॉप्स के लिए हमारा स्प्रे शेड्यूल जो है वो बना है. देन वी आर यूजिंग सम सिस्टेमिक, वी आर यूजिंग द अमंग द फंजीसाइड वी आर यूजिंग सल्फर 40%. मींस बड़ाई का शेयर जो है वो सल्फर के लिए हम यूज करते हैं. और इन वीडीसाइड वी आर यूजिंग द glyphosate. Now it is banned or its use is restricted because it is a broad spectrum. Means ये अगर हम स्प्रे करेंगे तो किसी भी प्लांट को नहीं छोड़ेगा. तो it means we are using the glyphosate at very high means rate and its share is approximately 15%. So we have to think on this that we are basically contaminating the environment. My main aim to deliver this topic is that the young minds they can think about the research, in which direction we should plan for the research and in which by which way we can contribute for the to safeguard or to means to avoid the biodiversity loss. Now the pesticide impact on the environment or the diversity means how they are affecting the environment, what are the means deleterious effects on the environment, and how they are targeting the beneficial organism, beneficial animals. Excessive use or the misuse of or indiscriminate use of the pesticide result in the contamination of the surrounding water and soil. When we spray the chemical, when we use to spray the different chemicals, only 1% of the chemical is used for to kill the target organism. Rest 99% it goes waste and it contaminates the water resources, soil or any other food commodity. So there is a huge loss to the biodiversity, then destroying the beneficial insects like pollinators, predators, parasitoids, and means they basically imbalance the ecosystem. If we spray the chemical, then it will kill the different types of beneficial organisms like honeybees, silkworm or any other pollinators. Now, basically, pesticide is a poisonous. It is a poisonous material, poisonous substance. जिसकी कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करता है कि कौन से किसको किल करना है, किसको किल नहीं करना है. इट मीन्स कि ये इट डिस्ट्रॉय ऑल टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म इन द रेंज. जो भी उसके रेंज में आएगा उसको वो किल करेगा. एंड sometime it dissipated or sometime it persist or accumulate or contaminate the environment, or sometimes there is a bioaccumulation just like mercury. You have heard about the bioaccumulation word. It is very important and very means we can say it is it cause losses to the biodiversity as it disturb the food web. If we spray the chemical, it goes in the environment, it goes in the water sources or in the pond. It kills the small fishes. After the small fishes, the large fishes they feed on the small fishes, and at each trophic level of the food web, the concentration of the chemical increased with the passage of time. So means there is a complete loss of the biodiversity. Have you heard about the DDT and the story written by the Rachel Carson? पढ़ा है कभी आपने किसी ने Rachel Carson के बारे में? एक लेडी ने एक बुक लिखी थी इन 1962 के आसपास. Silent Spring. What is that silent spring? That is based on the effect of the DDT on the biodiversity, on the ecosystem. Silent means कि स्प्रिंग के टाइम जो आवाज आती है वो नहीं आ रही थी उस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में. दैट इज ड्यू टू द DDT. मीन्स कि सारे ऑर्गेनिज्म जो है वो उससे मर चुके थे या उनका कंप्लीट जो है डिस्ट्रक्शन हो चुका था. एंड द मुलर वाज in 1948 was awarded with the Nobel Prize in the field of chemistry. क्योंकि उसके DDT की वजह से we have increased our production. हमने अपने yield को increase किया, production को increase किया, हमारे पास green revolution आया या और different types के जो हैं production को increase किया गया. But after some time it has been observed that this pesticide is very harmful and it has the bioaccumulation. Means अगर आज भी हम ब्लड का सैंपल लेते हैं, किसी भी ह्यूमन का ब्लड का सैंपल लेते हैं, उसमें DDT के ट्रेसेस जो है वो मिलते हैं. That is the basically bioaccumulation. At each trophic level, the magnification of DDT is increasing with the passage of time. This is known as the biomagnification. Now, what are the other effects or impact of the pesticides on the system, on the ecosystem? First one and the important is the insecticide resistance. Means when we spray the chemical, most of the individuals they die, but some of the individuals they remain live. For example, if we spray the chemical and 95 of the individuals they died, but 5% or 5 individuals they remain live, and the progeny or the means offspring of the 5 individuals they become resistant. Means जब हम बार बार स्प्रे करेंगे, एक बार स्प्रे करेंगे तो उसमें से 5 बचते हैं, जब हम अगली बार स्प्रे करते हैं तो 10 बचते हैं, और इस तरह से likewise the molecule become resistant. So we recommend the farmers to spray the alternate chemical, or we can shift the means group. For example, if we are spraying the carbamates, we should say next time we should spray the pyrethroid group. It means ki it is because the production or the cost of the molecule is very high. Means करोड़ों का molecule जो है वो आपका जो है वेस्ट चला जाएगा, because it become useless. Or right now 500 of the insect species, they got the resistance toward the different types of insecticides. Next is the insect resurgence. Insect resurgence means when we spray the chemicals, they kill the natural enemies. And when they kill the natural enemies, the major pest or the minor pest they resurge, means their threshold level become high. That cause losses to the different crops. So this in, for example, locust. You have heard about the locust. Means they can travel the miles in a night. Means 500 miles can travel by the swarm of the different types of locust. So means they can even travel from one continent to another continent. So this type of problem, it is also due to the indiscriminate use of the insecticides or the pesticides. Then secondary pest outbreaks. If we talk about the BT cotton, BT cotton की बात करते हैं. If we want to control the borers, cotton bollworm with the help of the chemicals, then the secondary pests like jacids, aphids, they become the major pest. जिसको हम कंट्रोल करना चाहते हो तो कंट्रोल हो गया, बट जो दूसरे पेस्ट हैं they become the major pest because sometimes we use the selective insecticides to control the particular pest. Next is the toxicity to the non-target organisms. The non-target organisms हैं, for example, natural enemies, then pollinators, soil organisms which help in the decomposition like earthworm and any other arthropods, then species, amphibians, they have the negative effect on their population. Then thinning of nowadays we are facing the problem of the birds breeding problem. That is due to the use of the insecticides because the shell of the egg become thin. जब वो पतला हो जाएगा तो उसके बाद उसमें हैचिंग या उससे ऑफस्प्रिंग जो है वो हैच नहीं हो पाएगा. This is the this is due to the use of the different types of insecticides. Then human toxicity and the health hazards. There are two types of toxicity to the human beings. First is the acute toxicity, second is the chronic toxicity. Now there is a difference between acute toxicity and chronic toxicity. Nowadays we are facing the different types of problems like cancer, birth defects, reproductive harm, then neurological, developmental toxicity. There are different types of means sometimes there is a disruption of the endocrine system. It means there have the negative indirect effect on the humans. Sometimes acute toxicity means sometimes अगर हम spray कर रहे हैं, if the worker they have to use the different types of pesticide in the field, then sometimes there is an accident of in the field during the operation. So means there are different types of toxicity. एक डेटा है, वो डेटा बोलता है कि in 3 million acute poisoning cases occur worldwide every year, out of which 2 million are of suicide case. अगर इंसेक्टिसाइड नहीं होता लोग इंसेक्टिसाइड से सुसाइड नहीं करते. एंड द मोस्ट कॉमन इंसेक्टिसाइड इज द सल्फोस. नाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज चेंज देयर कंपोजिशन. Now that come in the form of the pouch and in the form of the powder, ताकि वो टैबलेट जो सिस्टम था उसको बैन किया गया है. सो दी सुसाइड केसेस को हम मिनिमाइज कर सकें. देन 108 people died due to the paratherium poisoning. These are the some common example of the acute toxicity. According to the report by NRDC, 1 out of every 3,400 children between 1 to 5 year age could one day get the cancer due to the pesticides. Have you heard about the cancer train that run between Bathinda to Mumbai? Because इसको कैंसर ट्रेन इसलिए बोलते हैं क्योंकि उसमें मैक्सिमम 90% जो केसेज है वो कैंसर के ही होते हैं और पेशेंट ही उसमें कैंसर के होते हैं. दैट इज ड्यू टू द indiscriminate use of the pesticide in that well. सबसे ज्यादा किसमें हम पेस्टिसाइड यूज करते हैं? कॉटन में, क्योंकि कॉटन इज वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट कैश क्रॉप इन द मानसा और बठिंडा एरिया. देन cases of blindness, cancer, disease of liver, nervous system, there are different types of complications. They are due to the use of these insecticides. Then symptoms like anxiety, sleep disturbance, depression, and severe headache, they are also due to the insecticides. Then you have heard about the Bhopal gas tragedy. Approximately 5,000 people were killed and 50,000 were disabled permanently, and in total 2 lakh people were affected. What is that? Basically, that is the methyl isocyanate, and the end product or the product of this methyl isocyanate is savin or carbaryl, that is used to manage the different beetles and some borers especially in brinjal shoot और फुटबोर के बारे में सुना होगा आपने, उसमें यूज करते हैं. बट nowadays it is also under the restricted use category. Means we cannot now use the carbaryl for the management of different insecticides. These are some of the negative effect on the human being. Then one of the important is the pesticide residue. और पेस्टिसाइड रेजिड्यू मुझे लगता है कि हम हर दिन जो है खाते हैं किसी न किसी रूप में. वी आर यूजिंग द पेस्टिसाइड रेजिड्यू एंड दिस इज बेसिकली द वेरी वेरी अलार्मिंग प्रॉब्लम और वेरी वी कैन से इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स स्पेशली. ओनली 1% of the pesticide is used to the target organism, and the rest of it contaminate the different type of environment. अगर हम स्प्रे करते हैं, we spray some chemicals in the field. अगर हम फील्ड में स्प्रे करते हैं, then we use that crop for the food or for the fodder to the different types of cattle. जब हम उन कैटल्स को खिलाएंगे तो उसमें से जब हम मिल्क लेंगे या मीट यूज करेंगे तो उसमें भी उसके रेजिड्यू जो है वो ट्रेसेस आएंगे. इवन अगर जो बच्चा अगर न्यूली बॉर्न बच्चा है उसमें भी उसके ट्रेसेस जो है वो आएंगे. इट मीन्स कि ये हमारे जो चेन है, हमारे जो सिस्टम है उसमें जो है ट्रेवल कर रहा है. नाउ जस्ट आपके नॉलेज के लिए आई हैव शेयर्ड सम negative effects on the human beings or on the ecosystem. Now, what are the ways or the means to minimize the deleterious effects of these insecticides? First, we have to wash the vegetable, fruits or any other commodity. Then peeling means we have to remove the skin of the different types of fruits or vegetables if possible. Then we can blanch the vegetable or even some fruits in the water, and after that we should use the commodity after cooking. जितना हम, क्योंकि उसमें थोड़ा उसका रेजिड्यू जो लेवल है वो मिनिमाइज हो जाएगा, कम हो जाएगा. बट अगर हम उसको डायरेक्ट यूज कर रहे हैं, हो सकता है फार्मर ने आज ही स्प्रे किया है, मॉर्निंग में स्प्रे किया, इवनिंग में उसने हार्वेस्ट की है. देयर इज नो वेटिंग पीरियड. मीन्स वी हैव टू अडॉप्ट द वेटिंग पीरियड. देयर आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ वेटिंग पीरियड. मीन्स इट इज अ टाइम इंटरवल बिटवीन द स्प्रे एंड द हार्वेस्ट. तो क्या उसको अडॉप्ट किया गया है? देयर इज नो रेगुलेटरी और देयर इज नो कंट्रोल ऑन द फार्मर्स. आपने देखा होगा पंजाब में बहुत सारे एरिया में लोग बेचने के लिए अलग ग्रो करते हैं और अपने लिए अलग ग्रो करते हैं. Now some eco-friendly management of some insects. We have to use the integrated pest management. That is IPM. Means integration of all the possible management methods to minimize the pest population by maintaining the healthy environment. Means we have to maintain the good quality environment, and there are different types of methods like culture. Culture means crop rotation, then hoeing, weeding, sanitation, then mechanical method. Biological method means use of different types of predator, parasitoids, bioagents for the management of different types of insects or pathogens. Then finally, if it is not possible to control the pest with these methods, then we should go for the judicious use of the chemicals. And we have to adopt the waiting period. We have to apply the proper dose at right time. We should not go for spray during the harvesting or during the flowering, during the fruiting. Means there are different types of time should be accurate. And one of the important is we should have to monitor the crops. Surveillance is very important. So that we are able to manage the pest at the initial stage. Means the pest population should not go above the threshold level. Threshold level means at which we should start the management practices. Otherwise, अगर हमारे मीन्स 100 लीव्स लगे हैं उसमें से एक लीफ अगर इंसेक्ट खा भी लेता है तो देयर इज नो हार्म, उसका कोई हार्म नहीं है. वी शुड नॉट गो फॉर द मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस. आफ्टर द थ्रेशोल्ड लेवल वी शुड अडॉप्ट द मैनेजमेंट स्ट्रेटजीज. नाउ वी हैव डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इंसेक्ट्स इन द सिस्टम, इन द एनवायरमेंट, like tobacco caterpillar. Now my aim to show this life cycle is that we should target the weak link. वीक लिंक मीन जो सबसे कमजोर कड़ी है, जहां पे लगता है कि इस पे हम एक टारगेट करेंगे तो इंसेक्ट जो है वो इजिली कंट्रोल हो जाएगा. तो हम अपने इवन हमारी किचन गार्डनिंग है, हमारी अपनी फार्मिंग है, उस पर भी हम इसको अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं. If the insect lay eggs in the groups, then we can destroy that cluster, that group. हम एक बार में उसको डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं, उस लीफ को निकाल के डिस्ट्रॉय कर सकते हैं इनिशियल स्टेज पे. उसका डोरमेंट स्टेज कौन सा है, किस स्टेज पे वो डोरमेंट रहता है, उस पे हम अगर स्प्रे करेंगे तो उसका कोई यूज नहीं होगा. तो हमें उसका एग्जैक्ट जो है किस तरह से उसको कंट्रोल करना है. लाइक टोमेटो फ्रूट बोरर इंटरनेशनल पेस्ट है. मीन्स हम अरबों पे बिलियंस ऑफ रुपीज दे आर यूज्ड फॉर द मैनेजमेंट ऑफ दिस पेस्ट. There are different types of methods. We can use the resistant varieties. We have different types of resistant varieties to different pests. Then collection and destruction. Then deep summer plowing. Then we can use some trap crops to trap the pest. Then we have some pheromone traps. It is very important nowadays. We are also working on the order binding proteins. मैं अपनी रिसर्च आपको इसलिए नहीं बता रहा हूं क्योंकि वो बट कॉम्प्लेक्स और मीन्स डिफरेंट इस पे है. वी आर यूजिंग द मीन्स ऑर्डर बाइंडिंग प्रोटीन्स. हाउ वी कैन डिस्टर्ब द सिग्नलिंग पाथवे, किस तरह से हम उसको डिस्टर्ब कर सकते हैं. तो उसमें भी जो इवन केमिस्ट्री या बायो के स्टूडेंट से काम कर सकते हैं. देन मॉनिटरिंग, वी कैन स्प्रे द एनपीवी वायरस, मीन्स कि उसमें भी वायरल डिजीज है तो वी can identify the viruses, we can multiply the viruses. Then BT formulation, Bacillus thuringiensis, means microbial control. We can isolate the indigenous isolates of the different bacteria because they are adapted to that particular environment. अगर हम बेंगलोर से कोई आइसोलेट लेके आएंगे हो सकता है वो कानडा के रीजन में काम ना करे. तो क्या हम इस तरह का काम कर सकते हैं? देन वी कैन रिलीज सम पेरेस्टोइड्स, प्रेडेटर्स, उनको आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं, उनको मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हैं. देन स्प्रे ऑफ different indigenous plant material like neem, darek, some parthenium, lantana, eucalyptus. We have different types of biodiversity. Then we can use some other natural enemies. We can use some eco-friendly management practices like pheromone traps, light traps to monitor the pest or to control the pest. Then we have nowadays we have solar lights. अगर हमारे पास lights नहीं है, we can use the solar lights or battery. We can use the batteries. Then we can use some perestoids or some safe chemicals. We can neem. अगर हमारे यहाँ neem नहीं होता, we have some alternates. We have darek. We can identify the properties. We can synthesize the nanoparticles. We are synthesizing the different types of nanoparticles in our lab. We are synthesizing the nanoparticles of Vitis segundo, that is Bare, or what is the, I don't know the common name, Vitis segundo. Then we are using the Acorus, Calamus, Bare. Then we are using the Parthenium, nanoparticles of Parthenium, silver nanoparticles, zinc nanoparticles. We are synthesizing and we are evaluating against the different insect and pests. Even we are collaborating with the chemistry department of NIT and with our Central University. We are in collaboration. We are synthesizing the different and nanoparticles which are safer to the environment. Means green synthesis of the nanoparticles. The chemistry students they can do that work. Then we have a fruit fly. सभी ने जानते होंगे कि आपको बरसात में कुछ खाने को नहीं मिलता है. Even guava, mango, each and everything infested by the. We are working on the pheromones or the odor binding protein of this fruit fly, Vectoceratops. We are also working on the transcriptome of this Vectoceratops because it is very very important pest and it causes very very huge losses to the different crops, especially during the rainy season. We can maintain the hygienic conditions, means we can destroy or we can bury the infested fruits. Then frequent disturbance of the soil. अगर किसी को तंग करना है तो सबसे बढ़िया तरीका क्या है कि उसके हैबिटेट को डिस्टर्ब करो. तो वही प्रिंसिपल, वही सिद्धांत आपने यहाँ पर भी यूज करना है. देन मास ट्रैपिंग ऑफ द अडल्ट्स यूजिंग द different types of lures. These are the pheromone traps, but in pheromone traps we can trap only the female fly, not the female fly. Most of the farmers they are confused or they are not understand that whether it is controlling the female fly because the damage is caused by the female fly. Some cutworms. There are different types of management practices. We can use for small insects we can use the yellow sticky traps. हम खुद भी बना सकते हैं पेंट करके. हम उसके ऊपर ग्रीस से हम अपने किचन गार्डनिंग के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं. और we can evaluate or we can compare the different types of colors for the attraction of the different insects. Natural control, we have the natural control, we have biological control because we all are aware of these insects. How we can conserve the insects? कैसे हम इंसेक्ट्स को कंजर्व कर सकते हैं, उसके ऊपर भी हम काम कर सकते हैं. बायोडाइवर्सिटी के ऊपर हम काम कर सकते हैं. These are the some harmful insects. We can use the perestoids. Perestoid means which lay eggs inside the body of the other insect. तो हम ऐसे भी आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं. हमारे लोकल को इंडिजिनस ऐसे हैं. Then we can use the soilless media. Soilless media means so that we can have the healthy nursery. तो उसका भी हम प्रयोग कर सकते हैं. इस तरह से ट्रेज का यूज कर सकते हैं. For it is very important for the handling of the insecticides. इंसेक्टिसाइड्स को कैसे हैंडल करना है, मैं 2-3 मिनट लूंगा, ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लूंगा. फर्स्ट इज स्टोरेज, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आप देखते हैं कि बच्चों के बहुत सारे एक्सीडेंट होते हैं, तो कहाँ पे स्टोर करना है. देन इंस्ट्रक्शन शुड बी अवेलेबल ऑन द दैट वाटर. तो उसमें अलग तरह के निशान बने होते हैं, कई बार येलो का है, ग्रीन का है. तो दे आर डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज बेसिकली, वेदर इट इज स्लाइटली टॉक्सिक, मॉडरेटली टॉक्सिक, highly toxic or extremely toxic. In vegetables, we should not use the extremely toxic category at any case. Means किसी भी केस पे हमें उसको यूज नहीं करना है. That is only for the fruit crops or the some turf grasses or for the forest area. Then recommended pesticides should be used at the recommended dose जो दी गई है. Then avoid the contact of the pesticide with the skin. Then don't eat or drink. जब हम यूज करते हैं तो उस टाइम पे नहीं करना है, ऐसा हम अवेयर कर सकते हैं. देन वॉश द हैंड, जो भी हमें उसके बाद करना है. देन इन केस ऑफ पेस्टिसाइड आर इनहेल्ड और कंज्यूम, देन वी शुड अप्रोच टू द डॉक्टर और टू द हॉस्पिटल. वी शुड यूज द बायोरेशनल प्रोडक्ट्स विच आर सेफर टू द environment or to the human being. Then insect growth regulators should be used so that we can interfere with the molting or with the life cycle of the insect. उसको identify कर सकते हैं. Even chemistry और physics के लोग भी इस पे काम कर रहे हैं. Then nanopesticides, we should go for the safer nanopesticides. Then non-toxic heat treatment means mechanical methods should be adopted. CRISPR technology should be used. Gene editing, gene silencing technique, gene editing, वो भी हम इसमें यूज कर सकते हैं. we can identify the olfactory system. कैसे उसकी सिग्नल, उसका पाथवे क्या है, उसको भी हम डिस्टर्ब कर सकते हैं. इस तरह से हम जीन एडिटिंग कर सकते हैं. जो जीन उसके लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल है उसको हम साइलेंट कर सकते हैं. देन ओबीपी का क्या रोल है, ऑर्डर बाइंडिंग प्रोटीन्स का क्या रोल है, उस प्रोटीन के साथ हम कैसे इंटरफेयर कर सकते हैं, उस पर भी आप काम कर सकते हैं. द कंक्लूजन मीन्स वी शुड नॉट यूज द सिंथेटिक केमिकल्स, वी शुड अवॉइड, मीन्स reduces use should be there. Then different effects, negative effects are there on the environment or on the biodiversity. Virusinal insecticides should be used, and we should research, we should have the idea about the virusinal pesticides and how we can pursue for the research or to identify or to evaluate to establish these virusinal pesticides. Then non-chemical eco-friendly methods should be used which are beneficial to the human beings. Economic threshold level is very important. Means at which stage we should go for the management practices. Cost benefit ratio is very important. Then we should follow the integrated pest management for the management of different types of insects. Thank you very much. I will try to answer the question. अगर आपको कुछ लगता है कि किस फील्ड में रिसर्च हो सकती है मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी, बिकॉज हमारे पास डाइवर्स ग्रुप है, तो डाइवर्स ग्रुप में जो है just I have given the idea that in which direction you should work or how we can contribute toward the society. Basically, basic research is for the applied research. जो science और society है, they are basically interrelated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful talk. If audience, anyone want to ask him question, please you can come forward. Any question or any query? Thank you, sir. I think you have elaborated so well that there are no query left. So now I request Dr. Ashish Mehta to kindly present a memento.